Hi everyone, Shane R. Monroe here. I know I've promised you a great 3D printing video. It's still in production, okay? I got a lot of footage to go through, but I found something so cool. I wanted to share it with you before I did the big reveal because it's really cool. Now, I've spent the last several weeks doing the regular sort of stuff, printing little filament clips and doodads for my Commodore 64, right? I even replaced the door on my 1702 monitor. And of course, you know, there's the tie clips, the paper clips, the little statues that the wife wants, blah, blah, blah. I even printed a little 45 spinning adapter based on a design by my friend Javier Lopez. So, but this was so cool, right? I've got this little now spinning thing, right, for playing records, right? You just put this on top of the turntable. It's closed, and you can see what you're spinning. But these were really super cool, and they were really neat the way they were put together. And I thought this would be a cool way to showcase a little bit about how 3D printing works for the beginners. So if we take a look at this guy, this is a solid piece of printed PETG, which is a more durable type filament. Here is the orange color, which is actually a PLA. I think this is actually PLA plus, which could be more brittle, but it's perfect for this particular case. I've got the white over here too, white, orange, green. Now, something that you don't hear a lot about, at least not from the beginner stuff that I was looking at, is AMS. So AMS is Automatic Material System. Now, the real budget 3D printers can only print one color at a time. So if you want to print two colors like this, you actually have to stop and change out the filament to a different filament while you're printing. That's a real pain in the butt, unless you happen to have an AMS delivery system like I'm fortunate enough to have on mine. But these, AMS is a pain in the butt, and we'll talk about that in another video. But these are not AMS. You can make these very easily using a two-plate system. When you hear plate, you think of one set of objects, maybe that's one color, and another set of objects that's another color. They're on two separate plates. You print one plate, then you print the other plate. There are two different plates for this. And I actually have one that's unassembled because I wanted to talk about just how freaking clever this thing is. So this was printed first. By the way, the pair of these take just under 2 hours to print on my Bambu P1S printer. And this is great. This is a no tool, no glue, snap-in type assembly, and I think it was so cool. There's actually a groove right here. Hopefully you can see it well, that this just kind of fits into. It's hard to do while I'm holding it up to the camera. I have some hair or something on there. All right, so you started inserting just a little bit. Now on the back side, you can see the ridge. All you need is a simple screwdriver to just push this ridge into the hole, into the little slot. There you go. Now you've got your own now playing. No glues required. It's all in there just fine. It's not going anywhere. And you printed the pieces separately, so you only had to change out the filament one time. So you printed the black first, and then you printed this tan color, which just, by the way, happens to be the same as my C64 color. But that's pretty cool, you know, and now you've got a little something you can just show off what you're watching. So that's pretty neat. Anywho, I've been printing all sorts of crap. I printed these out. These things take forever, by the way. You've probably seen this in a recent video. I had a Commodore 64 here and a Commodore 64 up there. These are actually going to my good friend Alex for his set, his collection. I got a black pair as well. Yeah, and so that's kind of it. Again, I just kind of wanted to show these guys off because I think these are really, really cool. You can put just about any media type you want in here. Now I've got one more to go, and I don't know what else I could put in here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I could put another piece of vinyl in there, Bolf. Put a little thing number 5 in there. Yeah, anyway, there you go. I thought this was kind of fun, just a little introduction to some of the 3D stuff that I'm going to be talking about. Again, we're going to take a real beginner's look at it. We're going to talk about some of the things maybe other channels don't talk about because they just assume you know everything, and I'm going to help you out and assume that you know nothing. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I know this is sort of off the regular beaten path. I appreciate you guys tuning in for a little something different. Like to keep the channel, you know, well-oiled with new stuff from time to time. So here you go. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.